मनोबुद्ध्यहङ्कार चेतानि नाहम् मनोबुद्ध्यहङ्कार चेतानि नाहम् न च श्रोत्रजीवे न च घ्राणनेत्रे न च व्योमभूमिर्न तेजो न वायुः चिदानन्दरूपः शिवोऽहम् शिवोऽहम् चिदानन्दरूपः शिवोऽहम् मनोबुद्ध्यहङ्कार चेतानि नाहम् मनोबुद्ध्यहङ्कार चेतानि नाहम् न च श्रोत्रजीवे न च घ्राणनेत्रे न च व्योमभूमिर्न तेजो न वायुः चिदानन्दरूपः शिवोऽहम् शिवोऽहम् चिदानन्दरूपः शिवोऽहम् 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 न च प्राणसंज्ञो न वै पञ्चवायुः न च प्राणसंज्ञो न वै पञ्चवायुः न वा सप्तधातुर्न वा पञ्चकोशः न वाक्पाणिपादं न चोपस्थपायु चिदानन्दरूपः शिवोऽहम् शिवोऽहम् चिदानन्दरूपः शिवोऽहम् 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 न मे द्वेषरागो न मे लोभमोहो मदो नैव मे नैव मात्सर्यभावः न धर्मो न चार्थो न कामो न मोक्षः चिदानन्दरूपः शिवोऽहं शिवोऽहं चिदानन्दरूपः शिवोऽहं 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 न पुण्यं न पापं न सौख्यं न दुःखं न पुण्यं न पापं न सौख्यं न दुःखं न मन्त्रो न तीर्थ न वेदाय यज्ञः अहं भोजनं नैव भोज्यं न भोक्ता चिदानन्दरूपः शिवोऽहं शिवोऽहं चिदानन्दरूपः शिवोऽहं 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 न मे मृत्युशङ्का न मे जातिभेदः न मे मृत्युशङ्का न मे जातिभेदः पिता नैव मे नैव माता न जन्मः न बन्धुर्न मित्रं गुरुरेव शिष्यः चिदानन्दरूपः शिवोऽहं शिवोऽहं चिदानन्दरूपः शिवोऽहं 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 विकल्पो निराकाररूपो अहं निर्विकल्पो निराकाररूपो विधुत्वा च सर्वत्र सर्वेन्द्रियाणां सदा मे समत्वं न मुक्ति न बन्धः चिदानन्दरूपः शिवोऽहं शिवोऽहं चिदानन्दरूपः शिवोऽहं 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 त्वमेव साक्षात् श्री शिवा पार्वती साक्षात् श्री आदिशक्ति माताजी श्री निर्मला देवी नमो नमः।
Good morning, everybody. Jai Shri Mataji. Guten Morgen, alle Brüder und Schwestern. Wir können gemeinsam verbeugen und Kundalini aufheben. Let's bow down together and raise our Kundalinis. And let's invite Shri Ganesha now in our hearts. Wir können jetzt Shri Ganesha willkommen heißen in unseren Herzen. Shri Ganesha, please bless us with absolute purity and innocence. Shri Ganesha, bitte segne uns mit Reinheit, absolute Reinheit und Unschuld. Please bless us with wisdom and closeness to our Mother. Bitte segne uns mit Weisheit und Nähe zu unserer Shri Mataji, unserer Mutter. Wir können auch die Mutter Erde bitten, dass unsere alle Negativitäten wegnimmt. And we can pray to Shri Adi Bhumi Devi now. Putting both the hands on the Mother Earth. Wir können unsere beiden Hände auf den Boden hinlegen oder Richtung Boden hinstellen. Shri Adi Bhumi Devi. Om Tameva Sakshat Shri Adi Bhumi Devi Sakshat Shri Adi Shakti Mata Ji Shri Nirmala Devi Namo Namaha. Shri Ganesha's mantra. Om Tameva Sakshat Shri Ganesha Sakshat Shri Adi Shakti Mata Ji Shri Nirmala Devi Namo Namaha. Und jetzt mit unserer Aufmerksamkeit in der Muladhara und in Sahasrara werden wir Shri Ganesha Atharvashirsha hören und sehen. Let's recite Shri Ganesha Atharvashirsha with our attention in Muladhara and in Sahasrara.
श्री गणेश अथर्वशीर्ष.
नमस्ते गणपतये त्वमेव प्रत्यक्षं तत्त्वमसि त्वमेव केवलं कर्तासि त्वमेव केवलं धर्तासि त्वमेव केवलं हर्तासि त्वमेव सर्वं खल्विदं ब्रह्मासि त्वं साक्षादात्मासि नित्यं ऋतं वच्मि सत्यं वच्मि अवत्वं माम् अववक्तारम् अवश्रोतारम् अवदातारम् अवधातारम् अवानुचानमवशिष्यम् अवपश्चात्तात् अवपुरस्तात् अवोत्तरात्तात् अवदक्षिणात्तात् अवचूर्ध्वात्तात् अवाधरात्तात् सर्वतो मां पाहि पाहि समन्तात् त्वं वाङ्मयस्त्वं चिन्मयः त्वमानन्दमयस्त्वं ब्रह्ममयः त्वं सच्चिदानन्दाद्वितीयोऽसि त्वं प्रत्यक्षं ब्रह्मासि त्वं ज्ञानमयो विज्ञानमयोऽसि सर्वं जगदिदं त्वत्तो जायते सर्वं जगदिदं त्वत्तस्तिष्ठति सर्वं जगदिदं त्वयि लयमिष्यति सर्वं जगदिदं त्वयि प्रत्येति त्वं भूमिरापो नलो नीलो नभः त्वं चत्वारि वाक्पदानि त्वं गुणत्रयातीत कालत्रयातीतः त्वं कालत्रयातीतः त्वं मूलाधारस्थितोऽसि नित्यं त्वं शक्तित्रयात्मकः त्वां योगिनो ध्यायन्ति नित्यं त्वं ब्रह्मा त्वं विष्णुस्त्वं रुद्रस्त्वम् इन्द्रस्त्वम् अग्निस्त्वं वायुस्त्वं सूर्यस्त्वं चन्द्रमास्त्वं ब्रह्मभूर्भुवःस्वरो गणादीन् पूर्वमुच्चार्य वर्णादीन् तदनन्तरम् अनुस्वारः परतरः अर्धेन्दुलसितं तारेण रुद्धम् एतत्तव मनुस्वरूपं गकारः पूर्वरूपम् अकारो मध्यमरूपम् अनुस्वारश्चान्त्यरूपम् बिन्दुरुत्तररूपम् नादसन्धानम् संहिता सन्धिः सैषा गणेशविद्या गणकऋषिः निःसृद्गायत्री छन्दः गणपतिर्देवता ॐ गं गणपतये नमः एकदन्ताय विद्महे वक्रतुण्डाय धीमहि तन्नो दन्ती प्रचोदयात् एकदन्तं चतुर्हस्तं पाशमङ्कुशधारिणम् रथं च वरदं हस्तैर्बिभ्राणम् मूषकध्वजम् रक्तं लम्बोदरम् शूर्पकर्णकम् रक्तवाससम् रक्तगन्धानुलिप्ताङ्गम् रक्तपुष्पैः सुपूजितम् भक्तानुकम्पिनं देवं जगत्कारणम् अच्युतम् आविर्भूतं च सृष्ट्यादौ प्रकृतेः पुरुषात् परम् एवं ध्यायति यो नित्यं स योगी योगिनां वरः नमो व्रातपतये नमो गणपतये नमः प्रमथपतये नमस्ते लम्बोदरायैकदन्ताय विघ्ननाशिने शिवसुताय श्रीवरदमूर्तये नमो नमः साक्षात् श्री आदिशक्ति माताजी श्री निर्मला देव्यै नमो नमः।
Nach der Segen von Shri Ganesha, unser Bruder, laden wir unsere Mutter jetzt in unseren Herzen ein. After the blessings of Shri Ganesha, our elder brother, let's invite Shrimati in our hearts. Shrimati is talking in this speech, which we are going to listen now, about the sweet love and the strong love, where she tells us that we have to recognize us as a spirit, as Atma, and manifest our love for the whole humanity in a very authoritative manner and also in a very sweet manner, and take our positions, our identifications as yogis. In dieser Rede Shrimati spricht über die Liebe und auch mit der Liebe mit Würde und Autorität und unsere Position, unsere Status als Yogis uns als Spirit, als Atma uns identifizieren und unsere Rolle als Yogis in diese Welt mit Liebe und mit Autorität nehmen.
And Sahaja Yoga is the place where you have to learn in every way. For Indians have to learn how to be honest. And English have to learn how to love. Americans have to learn how to be self-respecting. All of us have to learn, give up what we had, our identifications, and have to become subtler and universal. And people of such values that anybody who sees will say that in America, Mother has created Abraham Lincolns. In Russia, Tolstoy's. In Maharashtra, Shivaji's. I'm too ambitious, I should say. But I see reality in you and reality in myself. On that basis, I say one has to create. People of that special quality, which they have sterling qualities, spiritual qualities, which are so subtle, so beautiful, so sweet, so understanding, and still, just like steel, nobody can budge them from their own principles, tattvas. That is what it is. So simple as that. And then you start enjoying your love, enjoying your virtues, enjoying everything, and having compassion for others. Then you don't catch. You catch because you don't have compassion. In compassion, you will never catch. Never. A mother never gets a disease from her child. She never gets a disease from her child. It's a fact. Child may be a tuberculosis patient or could be any patient, she never catches. Because she loves. In the same way, when you really love, you will never catch anything. Then what is the question of what is to clear, where to care, what to do? What does it matter? You are just flowing your heart. At this moment, my children, my Sahajogis are at that level that they can completely open their heart without any fear. It's a very different stage you have reached now. You are at a different stage. Just assume your powers. Know that you are that. Just open your heart. Like the other day, I saw somebody, he was caught up very badly from all the sides. Not Sahaja Yogi, somebody else. And I asked him, how did you manage to get so many bhoots into yourself? Every guru you name, he is there. I said, how did you manage? He said, I have a very open heart. Oh God, I said, it's like an open window. In a dirty place, you get every smell, every mosquitoes and bugs walking into. So the fear of opening your heart to that extent comes from that experience. But now you are at such a stage that open your heart. There should be no fear. There will be no problem. Material problems are not difficult to be solved. Like somebody was taking my photograph, which was in a silver frame, and she was rather worried because the custom may stop her not taking. Of course, photograph they can't stop, but maybe the silver frame. And this gentleman told me that he was taking it with him, with frame, silver frame, and he thought people will object. But as soon as they saw the photograph, they said namaskar to the photograph, forgot about the frame. So many problems can be solved. Material problems is so simple to be solved, so simple. It's the easiest to be solved. Physical problems also. I have known of some Sahaja Yogis who have been in Sahaja Yoga 6-7 years, but still they are frightened about their body, their physical body, the troubles they have had, and this and that. If they can just leave that fear, they'll get out of it. It's such a vicious circle built in. And the same thing works out with our open heart surgery, as we call it. We are afraid that our heart will be again caught up into nonsensical things, so we don't want to open our heart. That fear I can understand, but now your Sahaja Yoga is finished. Ask all these people to get lost. All these fears, you should ask them to get lost. When you discover that you are the spirit, you are that powerful spirit, just try to study how it feels happy. It's very simple. When do you feel really happy is when you give something, not to Mataji only. To me you are, I know. If I take something from you, you feel very happy about it, I know. But to somebody else, give some love, comfort. What a great power this voice and this Vani has, that you can comfort others by saying good things. Can you imagine what a power God has given you? Without spending a single pi, you can comfort others only by saying good things. If you say a mantra, you will comfort them more in a subtler way. If you instill love of God within them, it is even greater. And the joy of that is so much, because the spirit is joy. The more you open it out, the more light comes in, more it works out. So give up that fear which is placed within you in your experiences. Now this is a new experience of a new life where your energy comes from the spirit, which is love. In one word, it is love. And in three words, it is truth, it is attention, and it is joy. All put together, it is love. When you mix them up, it becomes love. And that is what you have. It's the great power of love. Through your attention, you love others. Even attention is sufficient. To be attentive, see, I needed a handkerchief. All right, that's true, I needed a handkerchief. I forgot. I mean, as usual, I forget all these things. Then they felt the need. Mother needs just a handkerchief. They brought the handkerchief. It's very simple action, you know. But attention is on me. With little things like handkerchief, you can comfort people. For a Sahaja Yogi, even to give a handkerchief itself is so vibrated, itself is. To win over other people is also this way. To be kind to them, to give them. But to give them realization is the highest thing. Now when you become subtler and subtler, you will see that you will not have sympathies with people who are afflicted, not sympathies. But you will have love for them. There's a big difference between sympathy and love. When you have sympathy, means what? You share pathos. Pathos, if you want to share pathos, share. Very good idea is to share pathos. But if you want to share joy, you'll not have sympathy, you'll have love. You want to share your joy of your spirit with the other person, so you may talk to that person in a way that may not look so much pleasing and falling at his feet. And you see, this is the work of politicians or business people, not yours. You are not seeking any business out of them. You want them to come to realization. So you have to say things which are wrong very firmly. With a real firm hand, you have to say, this is absolutely wrong, absurd. You have to convince on that point. On that, if you go on saying like this, like that, it will never go into their heads because they are booths and you have to hit them hard. That is also love. So love is the strongest thing and the sweetest thing. It's such a beautiful combination. And the one who has the wisdom, that subtler wisdom, can only achieve it. Now again, the mind will work how to do it. So I think all of you should put this word how into the sea. There's another very good word in English language which you should use, why not? That's the way you can assure yourself, ascertain yourself, work it out that way into complete blessing of God. You have to just pass those blessings to others. That's all, nothing more is to be done. Just pass that light to others. For that, what you need is a man who has accepted love as his career. A man who worships love. A person who thinks love is above all.
Mataji sagt uns, dass wir sollen unsere Herzen aufmachen und ohne Angst unsere Liebe zu verbreiten, das Licht von der Liebe zu verbreiten. Mataji spricht auch, dass diese Liebe soll mit der Autorität auch sein, ohne Angst sein, soll alles sagen, was die Wahrheit ist, und mit unserer Aufmerksamkeit und mit unserer Liebe, mit unserem Mitgefühl, aber ohne Sympathie. Mitgefühl ist wichtig, aber keine Sympathie. Dann werden wir keine Negativität kriegen von den anderen. Wir werden keine Catches haben von den anderen. Und diese Liebe von unserem Herz fließen für allen. Lass uns ein paar Minuten jetzt auf Mataji Wörter Introspection machen, ein bisschen Introspection für unsere Liebe, für die allen, für Yogis und Non-Yogis und die ganze Welt. Let's have an introspection of this talk in our hearts now, to open our hearts fully, without fear for everybody, without having fear of catching from them, with compassion, but not with sympathy, without sympathy, but with compassion. Ich habe noch eine Rede von Mataji, nur von über 7 Minuten noch, wo Mataji über Hass und Liebe spricht. Und wie können wir den dritten Weltkrieg vermeiden mit unserer Liebe und mit Verbreitung von Sahaja Yoga und das Licht von Liebe.
And this is what it is. That when you are realized, you have to give it. If you don't give it, then you stagnate. You stagnate, and there's no fragrance about it. No fragrance. No fragrance. And you lose your vibrations, your progress also retards. I know it's very hard. in these modern times to create a group of people who can love. You can create a group of people who can hate. Supposing tomorrow you start one big procession. We hate God, we hate love, we hate this. You'll get thousands of them standing with you. Yes, oh, we hate. See, for hatred, you'll get thousands of them with banners. They'll pay for it and come down to show that they hate. Because hatred is a very cementing force among human beings, surprisingly. Hatred is a cementing force. It looks like something, such a contrast, but it is so. I mean, when you try to collect people in the name of hatred, people join. They have never exploited the powers of love. Never. I wish they had. All our wars, all our things have come out because we hate each other. Imagine, only human beings can hate that much. Animals can't hate so much as they can. So this love, which is divine love, which thinks, which coordinates, which understands, which is dynamic, is so fantastic, is so all-pervading. It lives in every particle of the matter, of the emotions, of the mind, of the heart. Everywhere it exists, that power you can have within yourself. It's too much to believe. Too much a tall story for anyone, but it's true. It's a fact. The time has come. It could not be done earlier, agreed, but the time has come. You have evolved to that stage, and that's why it has to happen. Now, if people do not accept, I must say this, futuristic problem. In case human beings do not accept it in a big number and become that, we cannot avoid the Third World War. By that war, a new consciousness may rise where people will understand this hatred is the worst thing. Perhaps we need a third shock. We have had two. Perhaps we need the third shock to give us that elevation, to get that position of higher consciousness where we start realizing that these things based on materialistic and on hatred, gross living is most dangerous to humanity. Then such people who really believe in love will rise and come up, and they might be the ones who will be saved. So we should at this stage try to save as many as possible from this horrible sinking mire of hatred. Now talking about it has been done. Establishment of your sustenance has been done in the sense that if you can awaken that sustenance within you on the void, you can achieve it. But main thing is, even after realization, to identify yourself as a realized soul, absolutely, that you have been given something very special, that you have your spirit which is manifesting, and that you have to make good out of it, that you have to give it to others, that you have to work it out. You have to be a collective being and not a secluded person, just attached to few minds, my house, my husband, my wife, my children, my chair. You can say my hair, my nose, everything goes there. To reduce yourself to that small world, but to expand yourself to that great world, which is Yehovah's world, which is Krishna's world, which is Virata's world, where you become one with that primordial being, where you become an active cell of that primordial being. That's the thing one has to do. And that breakthrough has to take place. Now, one may say that all the scriptures are wrong, everything is wrong, that all these manifestations are wrong, all Christ was no good, that he was not practical, anything one may say. You have freedom to say what you like. But you must have wisdom to see that if there is a way, what must be the way? If there is a way for the emancipation of human beings, there's only one way. There's no other way. Whatever you may be, an intellectual or say a emotional person or anything, whatever it is, but you will reach one conclusion. There's only one way, and one way is transformation of human beings. To that level where they really say what they mean. They become. They talk of world brotherhood. They talk of everything. We have all kinds of organizations doing all this nonsensical work. You see, we have UN system, and we have world government ideas. We talk of love, helping Vietnamese, this, that, all sorts of things are there. But actually we are not. Face to face we are not. Face to face we become ourselves. And that's why to become that, the becoming of it is important, the transformation is important. Once you are transformed, to identify yourself in that transformed state is also important. And that is only possible when you start allowing that transformation to take place within you, in thoughtless awareness, where you do not think and impose things on them. People get their realization all right. Last time so many got it, I don't know how many came back. And then they do not think that there is any further is needed. Because once you get realization, you can be very in a joyous state, blissful state. You might feel the vibrations very well. You'll be very happy. And then you'll get lost. That's not the point. You have not achieved your complete growth unless and until you have manifested yourself. But such people may be very few, I do not know, may be very few who will really take to that maturity. Once you are mature, is joy, is happiness. You become what you have to become. You find your absolute meaning. And that has to happen.
With complete gratitude in our hearts, we can sing Mahamantras now. Mit Liebe und Dankbarkeit in unsere Herzen singen wir jetzt die Mahamantras.
त्वमेव साक्षात् श्री महालक्ष्मी महासरस्वती महाकाली त्रिगुणात्मिका कुंडलिनी साक्षात् श्री आदिशक्ति माता जी श्री निर्मला देव्यै नमो नमः। ॐ त्वमेव साक्षात् श्री कल्की साक्षात् श्री आदिशक्ति माता जी श्री निर्मला देव्यै नमो नमः। साक्षात् श्री कल्की साक्षात् श्री सहस्रार स्वामिनी मोक्ष प्रदायिनी माताजी श्री निर्मला देव्यै नमो नमः।
Ich habe auch eine kürzere Version von Sahasrara Mantra. I'll play also the short version of Sahasrara Mantra for 1.5 minutes now.
I think try this one is Tameva Sakshat. Tameva Sakshat. Tameva Sakshat. Shri Ma'a. Nirmala Devi. That's all. Just to establish me as Nirmala Devi is the point. Namo Namaha. See, 7 times for all this. Just see the vibration.
Und das ganz letzte von heute ist noch da und das ist Mahamaya Mahakali, ein Lied aus der Schule von Dharmshala Schule in Indien. Und das können wir unsere reine Wunsch Shri Mahakali deponieren. Let's pray to Shri Mahamaya Mahakali in our last topic for the day and wish our pure desires here and pray to Shri Mahakali and Shri Mahamaya to bring peace in this whole world. Und wir wünschen uns, dass die Friede in die ganze Welt kommt. Mit diesem Lied, Shri Mahamaya Mahakali. We can bow down together first, maybe, and take the bandhans if somebody wants to go. And I wish all of you a very nice day, very nice weekend. Ich wünsche euch ein ganz schönes Wochenende. Wir können auch verbeugen Kundalini aufheben, Bandhan nehmen. Let's take Bandhan together and listen to Sri Mahamaya Mahakali's song with our pure desire of peace in the whole world.
What are the important parts of that? And you will see what are the functions of those parts. Second one of the stem. Root, stem, and flower. So I just wanted to know what are the important functions of the root. What they do, roots. What they do. The color attracts the bees. Why?
So that they pick up the pollen and spread it so that...
Yeah, in order to bring about pollination. So a new term I am going to introduce now here. That kind of respiration releases naturally 36 ATP molecule energy, which we can say in animal.
Nirmalama, oh Nirmalama, Nirmalama, oh Nirmalama.
नाम निर्मला शांति दाता, नाम निर्मला शांति दाता, माता पिता और सखा विधाता, माता पिता और सखा विधाता, सखा विधाता मय शांति दाता, सखा विधाता मय शांति रखवाली जय शेरावाली भवानी निर्मल माँ महामाया महाकाली जय शेरावाली भवानी निर्मल माँ सुमन चढ़ाए प्रेम पाप सदा सुमन चढ़ाए मैया तेरे गुण गाए सुमन चढ़ाए मैया तेरे गुण गाए सत्य साधना के पाली जय शेरावाली भवानी निर्मल माँ महामाया महाकाली जय शेरावाली भवानी निर्मल माँ 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 महामाया महाकाली जय शेरावाली भवानी निर्मल माँ महामाया महाकाली जय शेरावाली भवानी निर्मल माँ
दिन दाग दे नक दिन दाग दे नक दिन तक 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 धाग दे नक दिन दाग दे नक दिन दाग दे नक दिन तक 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 धाग दे नक दिन दाग दे नक दिन दाग दे नक दिन तक 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 धाग दे नक दिन दाग दे नक दिन दाग दे नक दिन तक 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 दित्ता दृढ़ता दृढ़ता दित्ता दित्ता दृढ़ता दृढ़ता दित्ता दित्ता दृढ़ता दृढ़ता
हम चरण कमल की बने खड़ा चरण कमल की बने खड़ा
तेरे स्वभाव में जय जगमाओ तेरे स्वभाव में जय जगमाओ
बने खड़ाओ मैया बने खड़ाओ मैया बने खड़ाओ
इस जग गुलशन की माली जय शेरावाली भवानी निर्मल माँ महामाया महाकाली जय शेरावाली भवानी निर्मल माँ
श्री माता जी निर्मला देवी जय शेरावाली भवानी निर्मल माँ
बने हमारी मंजिल तेरा द्वार बने हमारी मंजिल तेरा द्वार
तेरा आश्रय मैया सत्य सहारा
तेरा आश्रय सत्य सहारा
सत्य सहारा मैया तेरा एक द्वार
सत्य सहारा मैया तेरा एक द्वार
नाम निर्मला शक्ति दाता
नाम निर्मला शक्ति दाता
माता पिता और सका विधाता
माता पिता
दिनक दिन धागे दे दिनक दिन धागे दे दिनक दिन तक 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 धागे दे दिनक दिन धागे दे दिनक दिन धागे दे दिनक दिन तक 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 धागे दे दिनक दिन धागे दे दिनक दिन धागे दे दिनक दिन तक 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 दित्ता दृढ़ता दृढ़ता दित्ता दित्ता दृढ़ता दृढ़ता दित्ता दित्ता दृढ़ता दृढ़ता दिनक दिन धागे दे दिनक दिन धागे दे दिनक दिन तक 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 धागे दे दिनक दिन धागे दे दिनक दिन धागे दे दिनक दिन तक 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 धागे दे दिनक दिन धागे दे दिनक दिन धागे दे दिनक दिन तक 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 दित्ता दृढ़ता दृढ़ता दित्ता दित्ता दृढ़ता दृढ़ता दित्ता दित्ता दृढ़ता दृढ़ता
माया महाकाली शशिरा